You saw the thumbnail and read the title and probably came running because you're dying to know how you can get abs. And you're very curious as to why there's a part one attached to the title because getting abs is not a straight science. And unlike what popular apps would have you believe, you can't get abs in 5 minutes. Trust me, I have tried. I almost died trying. So let me save you the trouble. I am gonna give you the hack that I used. I am Alvin. I also go by the calisthenics puppy, and I'm by no means an instructor. I'm not saying this to discredit myself. I'm just saying this to tell you or to show you that whatever I'm gonna give you has worked for me, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna have 100% effect on you. Okay, and I do believe it's very very important that you do your own research. You see what works best for you and what will give you the best results. So, before we go too far, this is Carly. She's my baby. She's responsible for the mess you see here. She's always going around and coming back with, soily toe beans and just doing business on my mat. The mat is for cushioning my body because I train calisthenics and I also do a lot of ab work when I remember to. And the floor is very hard and very rigid, and I sweat a lot, and I'm not a fan of my sweat getting, onto the floor, and it's the whole thing. And see, she's gone again to go collect more dust to bring to my, already dirty mat. Anyway, that actually worked well for me because she's gonna stand in my way as I'm trying to get the whole demonstration aspect out of it. So I'm gonna start with a plank. This is by far my least favorite exercise, and I'm not done this in like 3 years. Um, and before you go ahead and say, "Oh, you need abs, you need planks to get abs," I don't know if you can see this, but I think I'm doing quite fine. And I have not done planks in 3 years, so I don't think I'm gonna be here for more than 2 minutes. And I know there's someone in the comments who's gonna be like, "Oh, 2 minute man." Anyway, this is this phone over there that I'm gonna use to record how long I'm gonna stay on this whole thing. This is also my introductory video. I haven't been on YouTube like ever, so this is my attempt to see how this is gonna go. And I hope I'm gonna give you guys enough value for your time. And I hope at the end of the day or at the end of the video, you're gonna find it worth subscribing to. So without further ado, as I'm setting up my, stuff, I need to tell you there are two types of exercises, and they are both equally useless if you don't have a caloric deficit. Let's just get that out of the way. The whole point behind having visible abs is having body fat that is low enough for your abs to be seen through your skin. What do I mean? If you take an example of how my skin is, you can already tell my skin is very thin. Like I do not have a lot in the way of like body fat, up to and including where my abs are, right? And that's what enables my abs to show year round, despite the fact that I really don't do abs. I just run. So the point I'm trying to make is the first and most important thing you need to know is the number of calories you expend has to be more than the number of calories you consume.
What do you mean by that?
Hence the caloric deficit. If you're in a caloric surplus and you're trying to bulk, it's going to be very hard for you to see your abs because your maintenance calories, say for example, you need 2,500 of them a day and you're consuming 3,000, there's no way you can expect to have abs and you're consuming more than you need because a lot of that is going to get stored, right? You'll need to use the fat reserves that are already in your body so that you drop your body fat percentage low enough so you can actually see your abs, right? And this is why I tell people,
A few moments later.
I personally don't think, I'm not trying to knock this, but I personally see she's back with dusty ass toe beans. If you scratch my mat, I'm gonna kick you to heaven. I swear to God. Um, but anyway, what was I saying before she disrupted my train of thought? Ah, yeah, planks, static exercises, and they're not really what I'd say are the best for getting abs because you're just pretty much on a stationary position, right? And when you need to get abs, like if you want to get abs rather, you need to move. Like the whole reason why you have this entire core section is for movement, stabilization, and for balancing stuff. So if you stay stationary, you're not doing anything, you're just helping your endurance, but you're not actually building any muscle. Because if you think about it, you do the roller exercises, you're moving forwards, moving backwards, right? If you do your crunches, you could do them like Kylie, you're disrupting my demo. You could do them from here, right? Have I forgotten how to do this? Jesus Lord. And you could do the reverse crunches, right? Either way, there's a part of your body that's moving and it's tied to your core, so it's developing whatever muscles that are attached to it. If you do the reverse crunches or if you do leg raises, you work on your lower abs, and if you do the regular sit-ups, regular crunches, you do your upper abs. That's why you find there are people who have abs on the lower part of their body, sorry, upper part of their body, but they don't have any on the lower because they don't do leg raises and they don't actually realize that you need to move your legs, because your legs are what are your legs are connected to your V-line, right? And your V-line connects to this lower section over here. So for you to get abs, you need to exercise that part, and your legs are heavy as hell. So they're actually gonna come in clutch when you're trying to train abs. And honestly, I really hate planks.
Boring.
I cannot tell you how much I hate doing the plank, because it's not worth the trouble. I'm not gonna lie, it's not worth the trouble. And like I said, I'm just doing this strictly for demonstration purposes, just to see whether I still have it. And I know I don't. So I really don't know how I'm gonna fare here. And Kylie, you're gonna make this increasingly difficult. So how do you suppose we're gonna work through this? And I might put some videos somewhere or some photos somewhere there, just to show, that I have been doing this for a while, and you would actually benefit from listening to me, despite the fact that I'm not actually a trainer. And you know what? Most of the people online are not even trainers in the first place. They just tell you they are. Anyway, hi baby, how you doing? So, let's get this show on the road. So, first things first, proper form. I always preach proper form. So, arms parallel to each other, right? Your legs, let me move forward a bit. Your legs should be, tiptoes facing down, face forward. Most of the exercises you do are going to involve facing forward, and just hold it. And I am immediately having a hard time doing this. This is really not it for me, because yeah, and there's also my cat who's not helping. Really, Carly, really? Of all the times you could go sit on my legs, you chose to do that now. Anyway, as I was saying, caloric deficit, you need to do static and dynamic exercises for you to get abs. And it's really not that hard. And I know when I say it's not that hard, you're going to argue, oh, but you're skinny, oh, but you're ripped. Yes, that is actually true, and it does help. But honestly, the concept remains the same. If you expend more calories than you consume, your body is automatically going to start shrinking. And if you consume protein and you work out at the same time, you will gain muscle mass and you will lose body fat, which leads to the body recomposition thing. And that's why you find when people start working out, they complain that their weight is not shifting. Like, you've been in the gym for like 6 months, you're still 80 kgs, and you're like, why am I not losing weight? Because a lot of what was fat is getting worn down or burned down, and you're building more muscle. So the net difference is negligible. And back should be straight. I don't even know why I'm talking. I should be quiet doing all this. And I have been negligent of my abs, and I feel like this is a wake-up call. And I think by doing this video, I'm gonna help a lot more people. So for the next video, I do think I am gonna do dynamic exercises, and I'm gonna start with the upper abs, and then I'll do diet, and then I'll do the lower abs, and then after that we'll see. And I do hope by the end of this you're gonna have benefited from this, and you'll find it worthwhile to like and subscribe and share it with your friends and prevent misinformation one click at a time. Oh my lord, I am not having a good time. I am straight up suffering right here. And with that, we call it a day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, how long did I do? I did 2 minutes 40 something seconds. Oh my lord. Oh fuck. Well, that's all we have time for today, folks. I've been your host, Just Incredible. And remember, mind your business, drink some water, Like and subscribe if this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next